Yes, hello everyone, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. So it was announced, finally, that Anthony Elanga has signed on that dotted line and is a Newcastle player, which is brilliant. What we're going to do is we're going to react to some of the news about the signings. There's some negativity, of course there is. There's some positivity as well. We're going to drop into that. But yes, we are, before we kick things off, we are sponsored by NordVPN. Now, obviously, as you all know, I'm heading abroad. I use VPNs because I'm going to be abroad. I don't want people hacking in to my laptop and my mobile, and I use it on the road because I'm using on public Wi-Fi. The one thing I love about NordVPN is why it's so cheap. It's £2.13, absolute bargain, and you get 4 extra months. Incredible. And it protects it. I love it when you can trick into changing the location. That's my favourite feature. I know it's a common feature, but that's my personal favourite. There's loads that are on there. It's the fastest VPN that's out there, NordVPN. You can see it on your screen above Dale's head. It's nordvpn.com/Newcastle fans. So make sure you get yourself protected. But let's jump on the laptop. I'm going to get it out and we're going to take a look at what everyone's been saying. Danny Murphy praises the signing and it'll take Newcastle to the next level. However, he does mention special praise for Jacob Murphy.
I think they're looking forward. I mean, Jacob Murphy had the season of his life on the right-hand side. I mean, unbelievable. Newcastle fans will tell you how good he was. I think he surpassed everybody's expectation, filling that void last year. High in assists, but he's 30. They're looking for, they need strength in depth if they're playing Champions League football as well. Elanga's dynamic, can play on the counter, he can beat people, he can play both sides, he can play down the middle. He looks hungry. I think it's good business.
Meanwhile, Simon Jordan feels for Nottingham Forest, whilst bigger clubs can come in and cherry pick some of their best players and take them away from the club.
I mean, Anthony Elanga wasn't really wanted at Manchester United. He's had a standout season at Nottingham Forest. I suppose, as much as I can muster up any sympathy for Marinakis, I feel a bit sorry for Nottingham Forest.
Why?
Because the rewards of Nottingham Forest is that they're going to get cherry-picked off by sides that are perhaps in a slightly better position than they are. Forest have got plenty of money. Marinakis has got plenty of money. They probably can go for a period of time toe-to-toe with the ownership model at Newcastle economically. But they can't, because they can't get themselves into a position where they can meet the requirements of the governance.
Even Manchester United fan Stephen Hson from Stratford Paddock was even talking about the Elanga deal, as Man United are getting a sell-on clause. He's suggesting, have Manchester United missed out for not developing the player? So YouTube channel Forest Fan TV are naturally disappointed to lose Anthony Elanga, but they see it as great business. That money can be reinvested in another winger who will cost a lot less, with the likes of Johan Bakayoko being linked to the City ground. Live on Sky Sports News, Keith Downey praised Eddie Howe for the perseverance of capturing Anthony Elanga and not giving up after a long chase for the winger. He sees it as big business for Newcastle.
Eddie Howe tried to sign him last summer. £45 million was offered and turned down by Nottingham Forest. It was the same again 2 weeks ago with a very similar offer. Newcastle realised they were not going to get him for that amount, and that increased offer of £55 million, 52 plus 3, was made over the last 24 hours. Nottingham Forest said yes, and Elanga was given the green light to travel to Tyneside.
Let's take a look at social media X and what some of the fans have been saying about the move. Statman Dave, a Manchester United fan, over the last 2 seasons, Elanga has registered more league assists, 20, than Saka, Palmer, Fernandes, Yamal, Bacola, De Bruyne and Williams. No wonder everybody wants him, so high praise for his former player. Tactician FC also praises Elanga, saying Newcastle's addition of Elanga has added pace, creativity and reliability to their attack. He fits into Howe's tactical plans and European challenges. A smart move in the club's continued rise. Forest fan Ethan Lamb's gone on to say losing Elanga will undoubtedly be a huge loss, but banking £40 million profit in 2 years is phenomenal business. The recruitment team have delivered massively over recent times, so time for them to work their magic again. Thanks for the memories, Anthony. Forest fan Martin not very happy about it, calling Anthony Elanga a snake in the grass if it's true, if he wanted to force a move out. Another Forest fan who doubts the ability of Elanga moving to Newcastle by saying, I like the lad, so hope he can adapt to a possession-based game, as based on every opponent that allowed us to have the ball, I'm doubting it big time. 55 million plus 5, on we go. And just before the announcement, another Forest fan mentioned, assuming this is made official any minute, what I would say about Anthony Elanga is a top pro, works hard, wants to improve, deadly went on it and a genuine top guy. Look after him, Newcastle. Stayed classy right until the very end. You're getting a top pro. And another positive post on Anthony Elanga saying, I honestly believe Anthony Elanga will boost the wing play of Newcastle United in the coming season alongside Anthony Gordon and Harvey Barnes, especially as they are back in the Champions League. And let's have a look at some official stuff where Anthony Elanga has said his emotional goodbyes to Nottingham Forest after a fantastic 2 years there, and then he flips it on the other side saying, I'm a Geordie now, as he's in the Newcastle United dressing room. And then a load of Newcastle players have jumped onto that, wishing them well, and it's great to have you. Welcome to the family, welcome to the tune, and so on and so on. And then my favourite part, without a shadow of a doubt, is Elanga walking around St James's Park. Of course, Agent Asula meeting his best pal, brilliant to see. And of course, he'll still need to meet all the international lads who will be coming back. Of course, he's close to Alexander Isak and Emil Kraft, and so on and so on. I love the fact that he just looks happy. He's embracing it, he's loving it, and he's daft but mature at the same time. He's got a real personality about him, and judging by his training videos, I love the fact he just wants to improve as a person and as a player. I love that, absolutely love that. Let's get back to me and Dale. Right, so it's a bit of a mixed bag, that, isn't it? Let me know what you think in the comments down there below. Dale, what's your thoughts on Hson and Elanga?
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. I was saying to you and Joe when we're all talking about who we need on the wing, and I want Elanga, or it was Brian Bremo. And 55 million, what a steal!
Do you think that's a bargain? Because some people who aren't Newcastle fans think that's too much.
Nah, that's a bargain, especially these days. Like, it's like the inflation on prices now is unbelievable. 55 million is good. Like, look what he's done for Forest for the 2 years he's been there. Assists, goals. He's dangerous down the wing, cuts in, crosses there. Especially like now we've got Gordon on one side, Elanga on the other side, feeding the balls in for Isak. What an incredible signing, and I'm happy to pay the 55 million.
Yeah, I think he's got room to grow as well. I don't think he's at his peak yet. I think Eddie Howe has a history of improving so many players. I think he will be another one as well. But the one thing I will say to Newcastle fans, if he doesn't get it off and running straight away, don't be on his case. It took Gordon 6 months. So it could take Elanga a little while just to kick things off. However, I say that he knows quite a lot of people. He knows Tino Livramento because he played for England back in his younger days.
Yep.
He knows Sven Botman because they've been on a training camp together. Obviously, he knows Will Asula very well because Will Asula was on trial at Man United, believe it or not. That's how they know each other. And, of course, he knows his two Swedish compatriots, Alexander Isak and Emil Kraft. So, I don't think you'll have any issues settling down, to be honest with you. But look, it's a fantastic sign, and that's the reaction across all of the internet. Dale's had his say as well. He's absolutely delighted. But get your comments down there below what you think about it, and we'll see you soon here on Newcastle Fans TV. And make sure you get protected with NordVPN.
See you later, guys.
See you later. Bye bye.